That's right, I'm back here with Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. My apologies, I've had a bit of a cough for the past few days, so if my throat sounds weird and the characters sound subsequently also weird, sorry. I've got some notes. If we're theorizing that Junie is the one who shouted Hugh O'Connor, and that was what she said, that supposes she had some reason to be upset at him, or pretty damn upset at him. And so I kind of had the wondering, what if, like, Means killed Court and Hugh knew about it, but thought that they wouldn't be able to prove it because Means is like a respected professor who is well known for getting his way, and so maybe he thought he could cover for them all by like covering up the murder or something, and asked her to join him, and that's why she shouted at him or something like that. And beside from that, maybe it's just because we're in a law school and there's lots of law like paraphernalia or whatever, but prosecutor and a lawyer statue were destroyed, a prosecutor banner was messed up, and the attorney art room bust, I believe, was also messed with. So it's weird that there's like sort of like a roughly equal amount of stuff being broken of prosecutors and attorneys. Well, that is, we were assuming it was the attorney because it was on the right side, which is where the defense goes from the audience's perspective. The audience, the jury, whatever the right word is. There's a weird smell in the air. It smells like a window washer fluid or something. Where is that coming from? Anyway, Robin was just showing us the video, so thanks, Robin. Let's carry on. Okay, let's fast forward this a bit. Right, here's the bit where it's actually into the trial. And that's why the defendant is definitely guilty! Oh, that was me, could you tell? Objection. A frail co-ed used her bare hands to stab her professor with an arrow. I don't think so. You read that line in the mock trial, Apollo, but you made it sound kind of weird. Cut me some slack, it was my first time reading that script. I think Juniper's gonna speak next. I didn't do it. I had suffered a breakdown and pretty much lost it. It's true I shouted you're a goner, but I didn't mean it. Wow, what an emotional performance. She put a real actress to shame. Wait, could you go back and play that scene again? You really think that necessary? Do you really think that's necessary? I thought he was speaking Old English for a bit. You think that necessary, do you? I didn't do it. I had suffered a breakdown and pretty much lost it. It's true I shouted you're a goner, but I didn't mean it. Stop! Did you hear that? I think you're onto something. Let's play that last part again. I don't follow. What are you guys so excited about? I think this piece of evidence should explain it. Time to show Robin a piece of evidence that links the line we just heard to the case. Well, this, I guess. Take that! I'm sure you remember this. It contains a female voice shouting a violent threat. I'll play it for you. You're a goner. The voices and performance do sound similar, but I can't believe this is happening. It's just a possibility, but if the voice on this tape is really a recording, one made from the mock trial video, then that means this evidence was fabricated. Oh, someone just used the mock trials sound is what you're saying. Oh. Fulbright, can you run a voice print analysis to see if these match, please? Yeah, wait, hang on a damn second. There's no way they ran voice print analysis on it and found it unmatched with Juniper without comparing it to her speaking in this recording, right? They must know that it's the same clip, if that is what's going on here. They didn't get to do a voice print analysis in time for court today. That's why the gender of the voice became so important. And if the real killer had foreseen that gender would become a key in today's trial, he would have tried to deflect attention away from himself by making the suspect female. So basically, the only one with something to gain from this is our sole male suspect. Disagree. I think Means could also benefit from it. Wait a second! No way! Professor Means' credo is the end justifies the means. So it makes perfect sense that a student who took those words to heart would fabricate evidence. We need to get that tape analyzed as soon as possible. Right, we do. Voice on tape says you're a goner, just like in Junie's script. It may be a fake. Done. It's gonna be Means, right? Allow me to assist you with that. Oh wait, no, unless it's Blackwell. Oh, it's Clave. Neither of them. Prosecutor Gavin! At least make some kind of noise so we know you're there. I trust him way more than I trust Blackwell or Means to do this for us. And once it's faked, we can prove that the time obviously doesn't mean anything. Well, I mean, once it's fake, it's fake. They have no evidence Junie was there. And it's obvious the chime was just also part of the fabrication. It's go big or go home with Rockstar Entrances Fräulein. Timing is everything. Let me make a copy of that tape right now, and I'll get you the results as soon as I can. How do you propose to do that? You just carry a tape recorder with you at all times? I trust that will be alright. Oh, musician. Fair enough. Very much so. Thanks. Peace? Well, Athena, it's almost sundown. Isn't it about time we head over to the detention center? I think Junie will agree that this is something that could prove her innocence. But we said we'd have concrete proof. Will her heart really be open to accepting it? She had to have known this is what I'd find. Oh, yeah, I guess she would have heard it in court and recognized that it was her from the mock trial, but she didn't tell us. Oh, so she might have thought that we wouldn't win even with knowing that. So maybe this breakthrough isn't much in her eyes. But by the sound of it, right after we talk here, we're going to go right back into court. We might be able to make it back into court today. October 25th, Detention Center Visitors Room. And that about covers the main gist of our investigation. I see. Very interesting. You've been quite the busy beaver today. Thank you for all your... Shut up, phone. Thank you for all your hard work, Athena. Well, my time's about up, and it'll be getting dark soon, so... Junie! You must be tired after being on your feet all day. You should go home and... No, wait! You have to listen to me. I don't want to hear anymore. I know what you're going to say, Athena. Junie, you promised. We're going to discover the truth behind this murder mystery, and we're going to bring you solid evidence showing just what that truth is. If we succeed in doing that, I want you to promise that you'll accept it, Junie, no matter how hard it is to hear. Okay, but only if it's the real truth. So please just listen to what I have to say. Once you've heard me out, I'll let you decide what to do. Anyway, bye! It never gets old. So am I meant to show it to her? Oh, that. It's my voice, isn't it? Apparently it's a recording of you reading your script during the mock trial. But earlier when you said it was Professor Court's voice, that was quite shocking. I never would have imagined it was the professor yelling at Hugh. Oh, that? That was just, you know. That was such an inspired leap of logic. You really are something special, Athena. Yeah, it takes a special kind of person to make a claim like that with a straight face. It doesn't take my sensitive hearing to detect dripping sarcasm, genius. Anyway, suspicions about O'Connor. The voice in this recording has been proven to be yours, Junie. And in the mock trial video, we can hear you reading your line from the script. We're having both of them analyzed now, but from what I can tell, the voices are the same. And the only one who'd benefit from faking the voice recording would be Hugh. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, Hugh confessed in order to protect me. This may sound strange, but his confession is a ploy to make himself look less suspicious. In other words, he was just pretending to protect you. Besides, his confession came after you and Robin had already confessed. That was something I picked up on too, but I thought it was just because of the order it happened to happen. If he hadn't confessed right then as well, wouldn't that have seemed a little suspicious? Say what you will, Athena, but none of us would hurt a fly, let alone kill someone. He was a gifted student. He gets outstanding grades and never causes trouble. Or does he? Wait, Athena, my bracelet reacted just now. It did? But why? Junie, can you look me in the eye and repeat what you just said? Oh, none of us would hurt a fly, let alone kill someone. He was a gifted student. He gets outstanding grades and never causes trouble. Alright, first of all, you're not looking me in the eye. And second of all, you're sweating bullets. Da-boom, da-boom, da-boom. Now I'm sure of it. She's lying. Is the flower gonna twitch or something? I'm gonna look at the flower. Is the outstanding grades gonna be a lie? Whether that or they're causing trouble anyway. It must be outstanding grades that just lie. I mean, causing trouble would be the one that makes the most incriminating, wouldn't it? But or I'll look at her face this time. I was sure the flower would have something to do with it. She blinks a hell of a lot, doesn't she? Or is it my imagination? On this last one, it looked like she was blinking a heck of a lot more than usual. I'm gonna listen to it again, but it looked like she blinked way more on the last one. Never mind, I take it back. Do her shoulders tense up or something? Maybe the hand twitches. We had it once where there was like a muscle. You could see a muscle in the back of the hand. It's either the grades or never causes trouble. Never causes trouble is the one that makes the most sense. Although outstanding grades would also be like a whoa if that were wrong. I'm actually not seeing it. How far down can I? Oh, okay. I can look at her other arm. Maybe does she like swing her other arm a little or something? It's probably the longest it's taken me to get one of these ever. Oh, is her like tie like? Is her heart pounding so hard that her tie flaps? And that's hilarious. All right, I guess that's it.
Gotcha! Your heartbeat's pounding so fast, your damn tie's flapping all over the place. Juniper, you start coughing whenever you're under stress.
Hey, this is perfect for me right now.
You can't hide it from me, no matter how hard you try. When you said it never causes trouble, a cough escaped and made your scarf flutter. As for why you were stressed, it's because you were lying. Junie, you're trying to hide Hugh's connection to this case, aren't you? And I believe that also ties into a secret about yourself. A secret? About me? I don't understand.
I already told Juniper, so I might as well tell you. I don't really care about her anymore.
What? Why?
Juniper's not all sunshine and rainbows like you think she is.
He ended their friendship after he found out about Junie's secret, which means Hugh must have felt betrayed by Junie, making her the killer and accomplice the snitch?
Well, but I don't know. I mean, obviously there's no health here, but like, I don't know that I could decide definitively. It's only what he thinks she is. But I guess betrayal most closely links to being snitched on, right?
You were Professor Court's snitch, weren't you?
There's a rumor going around that one of the students here is a snitch. I heard they're watching everything we do, our activities, our relationships, our interests, and reporting it all to one of the professors.
And while fulfilling that role, he learned something about Hugh that you'd rather forget. I don't know what you're talking about. Junie, please, stop hiding things from me. I hate having to force things out of you like this. Looks like we're gonna have to do this a hard way. Time to review the evidence and see if I can't prove my hypothesis. Must have something that proves Junie is the snitch and Hugh's connection to this case.
Well, I don't know strongly about proving that she's the snitch, but if she needed to speak with Hugh O'Connor, that does connect him to this case, does it not? And perhaps it might be possible that this here means something more about what she was trying to tell Professor Court about him. But why would the note just say October? Well, it's already torn, that much is clear, so there's probably more to this note. I sure do wonder what the hell they are talking about. Oh, I suppose Hugh may be connected to this case regarding the fact that this is an arrow from the archery club.
Did we ever follow up on why it was that Robin knew that it should be a red sweatsuit? I don't know. I'm going to try the book.
Take that! Right here in Professor Court's planner, it says routine report. I believe this is meant to mean when the snitch would report into Professor Court. I also believe Professor Court planned to meet Hugh in private based on the snitch's info. And from their meeting, Hugh must have put two and two together and figured out your secret. So you see, it all makes sense only if you're the snitch, Junie.
Oh no, Athena, we done screwed up.
Forgive me! Forgive me, Athena! I've been lying to you this whole time. The truth is, I suspected you from the start. You did? Oh, this is surprising.
Shocking and heartrending is the word, Athena. Those are the words.
I'm so sorry. I've talked about friendship so much, but I've been a terrible friend.
Sorry, I've got some.
Juniper, I don't have that special kind of hearing that Athena does, but I don't need it to sense the pain you're feeling inside.
She's bawling her eyes out, Apollo.
And its intensity is directly proportional to how you feel about your friend. Am I right? Apollo! Please, Junie, tell me why you suspected Hugh. I have a feeling that will be the key to getting to the bottom of this whole case.
Yay, happy unlocking chimes. Wait, Junie, will you feel better if... Don't cry, don't cry.
Look at this awesome statue! Athena, you know it's against school rules for Sorry. What exactly was your role as class snitch? Professor Court told me our Academy alumni is strayed from the path of justice. The dark age of the law, huh? She didn't want any more of our students going astray like that. But a few others at the Academy shared her view.
I thought her ideas were beautiful, though sad and unrealistic.
She asked you to be her eyes and ears, didn't she? I used to report to her once a month about any wrongdoings I'd seen or heard about. And that report session is in her planner. The one from October 22nd was a part of that. Yes, that's when I reported Hugh to Professor Court. She snitched on her own friend.
Well, that was what you thought about earlier, right? That was your theory?
I had accidentally overheard Hugh talking. What did you hear? He was talking to someone on the phone. I think it was one of his parents. What were they talking about? Something about having paid money for good test scores. I only overheard him talking, so I never did find out who the money was going to. What? That's bribery. Hey, that's what I said, Athena, right? There's a lot of bribery going on. Now shut up, Apollo. I figured it out. It's bribery. Athena! He was buying his way through school. And if that's the case, then that evidence that always seemed out of place about him might actually be about his secret.
Which one? You mean this one here? It does seem out of place. Could that be the sum of money that was paid in October?
Take that? We found this while we were investigating the stage. It's got Hugh's name on it. I didn't know what the number meant at the time, but now that I'm hearing about bribes, it must mean that a bribe of 120 grand was to be paid in October. I mean, that's a bit of an assumption, Apollo. It could have been 120 bucks, you don't know. What's more, take a look at this mark. That same mark is on the pages of Professor Court's planner. Yeah, you're right. Wait, but why would Professor Court have that kind of information in her planner? You don't really think the person who was taking the bribe money was... It's just a possibility at this point, but it may indeed have been Professor Court. Surely only his professor would have access to his grades. How could the judge professor take bribe money from a lawyer student to mess with the lawyer student's grades in the lawyer class? But...
That is impossible. She'd be the last person I'd ever suspect of accepting bribes. Sorry. She'd be the last person I'd ever suspect of accepting bribes.
Like I said, it's just a possibility, but a rather good one. Maybe their private talk had to do with the possibility of the bribery being exposed, and what started out as a little argument soon got out of hand. It's not your fault, Junie. Anybody would have suspected Hugh if they knew what you knew. No, I don't believe that alone would have driven him to murder. There's another reason why I suspected Hugh. You've got to be kidding me. There's another reason?
Let's hear it then. I'm most interested.
I saw Hugh around 7 p.m. on the day before the mock trial. Oh, so she's finally ready to talk about that. When I saw him, his... Athena? Junie, are you alright? Just try to relax and tell me what happened.
I never wanted to see what I did, but I'll have to live with it, won't I? In that hallway, Hugh's hands...
Bloody?
His hands were dripping with blood.
Did he, by any chance, look like he had some kind of strings on him? Because he was walking like a puppet. His hands were dripping with blood. What? But why? What am I going to do? Deep down, I know Hugh can't be the killer. But my mind keeps telling me he is, no matter how hard I try to convince myself he isn't. What am I going to do? Hugh, he's... I can't take this anymore, Athena. So she hid the fact that she had... Can you say something nice to Juniper, please? Before delving off into your mind palace and trying to figure this out? So she hid the fact that she had seen Hugh and said she went back home at 6 because she wanted to avoid talking about what she saw. Junie, it must have been terrible holding all that in. But it's going to be okay. I'll get to the bottom of this. And that's my promise from one good friend to another. I'll be defending Juniper tomorrow. If that's okay with you, Professor Means.
Not really, but I can tell you two have some stuff to work out. My main concern is whether you can defeat that prosecutor. But I won't try to stop you. I will be watching from the gallery.
See,
He thinks we're a greenhorn, so I bet. I'm still not convinced it was Hugh. It's more possible now feeling than it was at the start of the episode, but since everyone thinks Athena's a greenhorn, theoretically, Means is probably, if he was the killer, would think he had the best chance of winning by letting us, dig our own grave rather than fabricating any evidence himself. Any more evidence. I assume he's already fabricated a bit. I will be watching from the gallery, and shall look forward to seeing what sort of results your methods can produce. Good luck tomorrow. Now, if you would excuse me.
Athena, I'm sorry. I really mean it. I wish I had trusted you from the start. You have to uncover the truth tomorrow. I know you can do it. Don't worry. We already know that the prosecution's key piece of evidence is a fake. And thanks to you, we figured out the motive, too. Let's give this our best shot, Athena. Let tomorrow be the day Juniper walks free. I wouldn't have it any other way. I will hit the history button a few times by mistake. We should all be all ready now. What could possibly go wrong this time? Athena, please! Still, there's this strange uneasy feeling I can't shake. I'd better be imagining it.
I'd better be imagining it, she says. Yes, we'd better be imagining it.
It could go either way. I mean, it could go either way, honestly, at this point. Hugh or Means. I'd believe either. I would definitely. I'm leaning towards Means, because they've been so careful to cast zero suspicion on him till now. Which was sort of what they did with Marlon Rhymes, right? There was basically no evidence he was anywhere near any of it for like the first 2 days. Or first first trial sequence. October 26, 9:45 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. Were you able to sleep last night? Huh? Sleep? Sure, I slept. For a grand total of 0 hours. I slept a shitload. Good morning, you two. You look like you're ready to put on a real show. Before you do, I have a good luck gift for you. Is it the results? The voice print analysis came back, and the results couldn't be more clear. The voice in the mock trial video and the tape recording are one and the same. Booyah! In other words, the recording's a fabrication. Excellent. Now, let's see how quickly the prosecution gets to wave that one away. The lab is continuing their study of the tape. So far, they've found signs of overdubbing. But it's going to take a bit longer to recover the audio that was erased. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, right. So originally, there was a tape recorder left there that recorded something else. Ah! So the tape recorder initially recorded something damning, and the killer knew that it couldn't just bin the tape, because then it would prove to Miriam, who planted the tape, that something was up, and then she would be able to say, whoever was there disposed of my tape, which is suspicious. And they figured they could frame Juniper more easily if they overdubbed it with her line, "You're a goner." Hence why the quality is so poor. Very interesting. Thump! Who's there? It sounded like Miriam. Wait! Did you see who it was? No. I got a quick look, but they got away. It sounded like Miriam's box, didn't it? Very cardboardy. I think it might have been Hugh. I bet he was eavesdropping. I wonder if he saw our hand. Oh, I'm sure he wasn't the only one just now. I bet Robin and Boss Girl were listening in too. I'll make sure they don't make a run for it. That is my final gift to you. Okay, can you make sure the guards don't go anywhere either? They're looking like they're about to oscillate out of here. Okay, all that's left now is to reach out to the truth. All my life seeking to seize on the whole moment, yeah. Time for a mini court to steal workout. I'm a ball of justice and I'm fine. Your turn. I'm Athena Cykes and I'm fine. I love that this is just a thing that they do before trials now. October 26th, I know Apollo always did, but that he's roped her into it. October 26th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Did I say 3 but last time? Oh, lobby number 3. It was, sorry. All right. Okey doke. Right. No time for a run around the courtroom, I'm afraid, but I've stretched. I'm feeling good.
Court will now reconvene for the trial of Juniper Woods.
The Cykes Brigade is totally psyched. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready as well. Isn't that right, Prosecutor Pluck?
Well, neither of us are on our game today.
Yes, well, moving right along. Yesterday's adjournment was unexpected yet necessary. But I'll be running a tight ship here today, so no funny business from anybody. Understood?
Your boldness, Robin Newman and Hugh O'Connor have recounted their confessions. But later I shall grill them at leisure to find whether I can charge them with perjury.
Well, this sure complicates matters. Still, one must not overlook the facts. Now about the school camera photo that was submitted yesterday.
A pity, but that evidence is no longer relevant to this case. The yard room clock runs fast. It cannot function as an accurate measure of time. It's still relevant, though, on account of the statue. This one here, because it was moved and messed around with and rebuilt and broken. Did Robin say that it had broken in the mock trial room? And then she took it to the art room to fix it, and then it ended up on the stage? I can't remember. No, I don't think so. I don't know where it was broken. I don't remember. As for the bungling detective who overlooked that, he is paying for his failure as we speak.
Poor Detective Fulbright. I hope he returns to work with all his body parts intact.
As do I.
But if that's the case, then what will we...
The accused is the sole person who could have moved the body from the art room to the stage. And I mean to prove it here this day.
It's just like Detective Fulbright said. But what else does he have up his sleeve?
How is he going to prove this? My understanding of this heinous crime is thus. The murder took place near the center of the art room as evidenced by the blood stain. Blood was also found on some pottery next to the window over the maintenance area. Which is to say that the body was carried over to that very window. From there, it was dropped down to the maintenance area below. And though there was nary a scratch to the body aside from the fatal wound, that too was per the script. A high jump mat was employed to cushion the fall, and then a ball cart was used to haul the body over to the stage.
That's not very clever. I mean, it's the same exact body moving scheme as the script. Anyone could move the body that way.
Objection! Your propensity to spew forth words before you think is not very clever either.
Why you...
Moreover, the prosecution has a witness, which is most unfortunate for you.
Actually, I think it's the other way around, because I get to cross-examine them now. Which means I get to push them on all the little details until they snap in two.
Witness, it's time for you to come forth. Miriam, maybe? No, interesting. Well, this is certainly a point for Team Hugh is the killer.
Well then, will the witness please state his name and occupation?
Hugh O'Connor. I'm a senior at Themis Legal Academy, and I'm studying to be a lawyer. Yesterday, I told that lawyer there that I would testify to the truth. So I intend to cooperate fully in today's trial. Happy now, Miss Cykes?
What's he up to now?
The court appreciates your cooperation, Mr. O'Connor. Now, your testimony, please.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it, honor student. I'd like to see what nonsense you're about to spew from that gaping maw of yours. Oh, I suppose there's, we haven't done any, mood matrix in this case yet, have we? I don't think so. No, we did with Robin. What O'Connor saw, the lecture hall was packed before the mock trial, but the rest of the campus was empty. That's when I saw Juniper dragging a large mat from behind the stage. I was watching her from a vantage point between the stage and the maintenance area. There's a wall there, you sneaky bugger, you. Don't think I can get through that easily. She was heading towards me, so I assumed she was on her way to the maintenance area. But I didn't have time to stand around and see what she did after that. The real truth hurts so much, doesn't it, Miss Cykes? Or maybe you thought I was going to bring up something else entirely against your client.
Never a snappy comeback when I need one. He's coming straight at us today, using any means possible.
To protect the students who had to climb up high while setting up the stage, a mat was brought over to the stage from the storehouse.
Our client is the student council president. What's wrong with her taking it upon herself to put the mat away after they'd used it?
Objection! Oh, there is plenty wrong. There is but one mat in the entire school that could cushion a fall from such lofty heights. Ergo, the mat in question was indispensable to moving the body.
Ah! It sucks being the last to know everything. Right? I think I get it now. The drag marks we saw behind the stage were made by the mat. But if that's true, then Hugh would never admit to that, right? Because he would be admitting to his own. If Hugh was the killer, he wouldn't admit to that, because that would be where he hit the mat, and he'd be making it harder on himself if we were able to prove that Juniper wasn't the one who moved that thing. He would have already proved that he did it. So that's another point for either this never happened at all, or Means is the killer.
If the only mat of that thickness was where the body is assumed to have been dropped, it would be hard to deny a possible link to this case.
We're off to a bad start again. You sure okay, Athena? It's game on, Hugh. Game on. I'm gonna turn your arrogant, perfect score grin into a teary-eyed frown of failure. All right, let's calm it down, Athena, a little bit. But we got it here. We just gotta put the photographs here because they show the wall. Clear as day. You were watching her from no such vantage point, my guy, because, take a look here. Objection! So, you saw the back of the stage from between the stage and the maintenance area. Well, let's take a look at this photo taken by Miss Scuttlebutt, shall we? This photo shows the student setting up the stage for the day before the mock trial. Do you see the big construction screen to the right of the stage in the background here? Nah, you shouldn't have done that. You should have asked him, do you see anything wrong? And he would have been like, no, and you would have let him just like stew in how much he was lying, so you could show everyone that he was completely full of crap. Anyway. Sure, whatever, we'll point it out immediately. Do you see the big construction screen to the right of the stage in the background here?
Oh, why, yes. In fact, there were a bunch of those next to my house until a few days ago, too. It was so noisy behind there, but I couldn't take a peek. Oh, how it piqued my interest.
You get it then. Exactly, Your Honor. You cannot see past such screens. That's their purpose. Now, let's see. How exactly is that screen positioned again? Oh, yeah. Right there. Aha. Since it was to the right of the stage, it should be right here. From this vantage point, the witness claims to have seen our client behind the stage backdrop.
Oh, my. But the screen would have been completely in the way.
You get it. Good. All right, good. That's right. Therefore, the witness couldn't have possibly seen our client from this point.
Ouch. Order! Order! Mr. O'Connor, have you been lying to this court?
The screen. Right. It must have slipped my mind. What? Are you telling me you, Mr. Genius, forgot something as literally big as that? There are two kinds of memory lapses. The normal kind you mouth breathers have, and a genius level lapses of memory that people like me have. Why don't you just admit that it was a normal everyday brain fart already?
Will the witness now please restate what he remembers minus the lapses of memory?
That's easy. I was on the other side of the screen. In other words, I witnessed Juniper from the stage side of the screen. Objection! You're testifying that our client was behind the stage. But need I remind this court, the back of the stage is not visible from the front? To actually see our client behind the stage from the stage side of the screen, the witness himself would have also had to be in the same area behind the stage. I thought he was testifying that he saw her bring the mat out from here, which you could obviously see it from the front. But I guess he was testifying the other way, that she saw her hiding the mat here. I didn't realize that was what was going on. I assumed she would return the mat to the maintenance area. Maybe I don't understand what's being said here anyway. But in that case, our client would have definitely seen Mr. O'Connor. Ouch. Nice one, Athena. Keep it up.
Objection! Objection! Shut up. It wasn't that good. All right, golden boy, is this not your chance? Telling the truth will be like a weight lifted from your chest.
The truth? What truth?
The fact that golden boy here was where he initially stated. That is to say, he was between the maintenance area and the stage.
Objection! But then the screen would have blocked his view of—
Objection! Let me finish, goddammit. On the ground, yes, his view would have been blocked indeed. But consider how smoke always wants to rise up high.
Athena, look at the photo again. Do you think—
I don't think. What do I think? What are we thinking? He was standing on top of a machine or something? Or in a tree? Or on a lamp?
Something on the other side of the screen. Something high enough to see the stage. No way! This crane right here? But I don't remember seeing a crane there on the day of the mock trial. Me neither, but it's probably safe to assume it was moved before you found the body. Who's holding?
Hold it. That's far enough, Prosecutor Blackwell. Remember, you promised. I recall making no such promise.
It was you who came blubbering to me about keeping quiet in exchange for information.
What's all this about, I promise? Is this about whatever Blackwell's using against him? And what's it got to do with going into the crane?
Golden Boy did not go up in that crane for fun. He was working part-time as a crane operator within school grounds.
It's weird that this light would be in frame, though, if we weren't going to use it at all.
What? Do you mean to tell me a high school student was operating a crane?
Objection. The witness... I object to the prosecutor's last statement. There's no proof I ever operated that crane. Hold it! Actually, there just might be something that proves you did. What? If this whole part-time job thing is true, I doubt it would be limited to a single day. You were probably working at the same site the previous day, too. Is this what you're thinking of, Athena?
Doesn't really look like him in there, though. I mean, I guess it could be him. Like, sure, he's got glasses and the same hair, but, like, it doesn't really look like him to me. Looks older, the cheeks look sort of more gaunt. But sure, fine. I'm willing to accept that as a possibility.
Yep. As the court can see, this photo captured the crane's operator. And if you look carefully, he bears a definite resemblance to Mr. O'Connor.
Are you serious? This is ridiculous. How very interesting. Let's ascertain whether this is as ridiculous as the witness maintains.
The defense agrees with the prosecution. Let's bring the facts to light.
That's all very well and good, but just how do you propose to do that?
The person in this photo has one really distinguishing feature. I'm not 100% sure, but at least it's worth a try. The glasses, I suppose. We can clearly identify the person in this photo as the witness by examining his... neck, I guess. Is this going to be the friendship charm that we're talking about? I guess we don't usually see his neck because of his uniform. His neck! The figure in this photo is wearing a very unique object around his neck.
Oh, yes, you can see it right there. But then, are you saying you mean to...
Can you just open your collar there? Mr. O'Connor's neck is almost entirely concealed by his tall collar. But that's exactly why I believe this warrants further examination.
No, not a chance. That would be a blatant violation of my privacy.
That has never worked for a witness and his attorney in the history of this series.
You're a disgrace of a man. Now start unbuttoning that collar before I hack it off.
Yeah! What's the big deal? Now let's see your neck!
I guess I have no choice. Dun, dun, dun!
Friendship.
Hmm? Oh my!
So where did you buy that neckband, if I may ask?
I didn't buy it. It's handmade and there's only one like it in the world.
It sure looks like the neckband in the photo. Should we have the photo analyzed?
You're one irritating lady. Fine. I admit it. I work a part-time construction job. It's nothing to do with our school. Operating heavy equipment's no big deal for a guy who can parallel park one-handed. But I never expected one of my jobs would take me to my own school. But when you factor in all the required tests and apprenticeship period, wouldn't you have had to be at least 20 to have a license for operating a crane? This is Ace Attorney. We don't operate by those rules. Prosecutors can be 13 years old. Oh, about that. You see, I'm a genius, so, you know. Objection! Let us dispense with this inane charade, Golden Boy.
Hold it! No, Prosecutor Blackwell! Please, don't!
High school seniors are 19 at most, thus they fail to complete the requirements. But that does not apply to you. Does it, Mr. O'Connor?
Why doesn't it apply? He's a senior, so he's around that age, right?
No, don't, please! Actually, Golden Boy here is 25. He took a 7-year break from school.
Wait, come again?
Take a gander at the official school enrollment documentation. It is all right there.
25? You mean he's older than me? A 25-year-old high school student?
Well, I wouldn't have guessed that.
Hold it!
A 7-year break. 7 years. I've just one thing to say. So that would be his special secret, with Robin's being that she was originally a girl. But then there's something more that somehow all this links together with the murder. There are 2 kinds of 7-year breaks. The ordinary kind you mouth breathers take. And the genius kind people like me take.
Objection! Look, I don't even have time to unpack that because this episode's at an end. Plus, I don't even understand what this line means, but a genius would quickly become a chore for a 7-year break? What does that mean? Either way, that's all for now. We managed to make it through the first bit of testimony anyway. We've yet to get into the really important stuff, though. The stuff about why dispose of this banner and not this one. What's the arrow got to do with it all? Why is the statue getting broken and reassembled have anything to do with anything? No, and also, additionally, the statue's on stage. And when is this plan going to come into play? And I can't think of much more to say, but then I can't wait till next time because I can't wait to see this all come to a head. It feels like we've got only 2 or 3 more episodes of this case left, and I'm not sure if there are only 4 cases in this game or 5, so that may mean something about how close we are to the end of the whole game, which is just stunning, really. But that's all. So next video coming to the channel is going to be some more Fire Emblem 3 Houses, our Verdant Wind Assassins only run. So look on out for that and more. It coming soon. I tell you, I've been recording. I need to take a break of recording Toho after this. I started recording 3, but then for reasons I'll get into later, I skipped it and started moving on to Toho 4. Toho 4 is really hard. And I've recorded it for hours and hours already. But that's part of why videos have been shaky in upload lately, because I was trying to get that one done for much sooner than it's clear that I'm going to be able to get it done for, so that's that. Anyway, so next video is going to be some more 3 Houses, and that's all for now. Thank you so very much for coming around to this episode of Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. It's heating up. I'm glad, so pleased we're back into the court case. And I'm really curious how this 7-year thing is going to come into play. It's been outdated. 25 it says now. Anyway, thank you so very much for coming around. Hopefully I'll see you around. Admiral's going to be out of here now. Peace! Donk. As far as actually getting a finisher this turn, I'm not sure about that. Maybe we do have something better. There we go. Good man, Raphael. Well done. That it is. And happy I better get a takedown here with the steel bow. So can I do a little less than the requisite amount?